He sails to the island of Kirkenin. His men reach a palace on the island. There is a Circe in the palace. He turns all the people who come there into animals. He turns some into pigs, some into lions, some into bears. Odysseus realizes this. He goes and asks Kirke to save his men from being animals and turn them back to humanity. And his men are saved from being animals. They become human again. They ask the Kirk for permission and leave. So, what is it to stay on the island of Kirk? You know what we say during channeling? Close your eyes. If that person were an animal, which animal would it be? If that person were a tree, which tree would it be? If that person were a color, what color would that person be? We ask. Here is a visit to the island of Kirkenin. That all records are kept on the slab. I'm Mahfuz, and that man is a human being as an animal, as a plant, as a color, as a flower. The car carries the meaning of being held as everything. The person who opens his third eye first realizes the channeling, realizes the Levi Mahfuz. This is how Odysseus came to the island of Kirke, dear friends, and people who become aware of the Levi Mahfuz. They understand what the fifth dimension is. They understand the need to settle accounts with the spirits, to make peace. Circe gives them advice. Go to the land of the dead, the land of Hades, to make peace with the people there. And they understand how to get there. Odysseus takes a goat with him, goes and delivers that goat there, and gets out thanks to this goat he left in exchange for his own life. With the dead there, make peace with their souls. If a person has opened his third eye, he becomes aware of the Levi Mahfuz. And then to make peace with those who have passed away. Odysseus leaves and goes back to the Kirke. Kirke advises him again. Now you will pass through the Siren Rocks. The Siren Rocks, dear friends, where all the beautiful sounds come from, but no one has ever seen there. One always wants to go there. Odysseus. He says to his men, tie me to the pole when I hear that beautiful voice. I'll go there, and if I tell you to untie me, don't do it. In fact, don't hear me and don't hear those voices. Therefore, he says, put wax in your ears. Because Odysseus's men put wax in their ears, they never hear those beautiful sounds when they pass by the Siren Rocks. Odysseus also hears those beautiful sounds. He says, untie me, I will go there. They don't hear Odysseus's voice either. Odysseus has already warned them not to untie me. And they go away from there. So what is this, dear friends? If a person is freed from his evil ego, if he is guided by his soul, if he understands the Holy Quran, if he understands that it is necessary to make peace with those who have passed away, he wonders where he came from and realizes that his spirit came from the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension, dear friends, is where these siren cliffs are. The soul misses where it came from. The soul wants to go back to where it came from. But it is our physical body that binds the soul to this world. Only if we die with our physical body do we let the soul go. That's why Odysseus locked the ears of his men. So Odysseus tied his body to the mast of the ship. That's why Odysseus' soul wanted to leave. His physical body had bound itself, so he did not let his soul go. Dear friends, all souls want to leave our body as soon as possible and return to their home, because they are bound by this time, gravity, the physical body. They don't want to live in a world where there is fighting, war, evil. They even say that if this physical body dies as soon as possible, they wish they could get out of this four-dimensional world, this universe of deprivation, and reach the fifth dimension. But the physical body also has a destiny to live. So the soul is here with us to stay here for the duration of our destiny, with the intention of force. Dear friends, going to the island of Kirkenin means belly button. To make peace with the spirits in the spirit world means our heart level. Siren Cliffs, it means our board of faith. You see? And then they know they have to go through the Carabides passage, because they have learned that too. The Carabides passage, dear friends, this is the place. Those who eat haram cannot pass through there. Only those who eat halal pass through. Odysseus passes through with his men. But what? He has only his ship left, and of his 600 men, he has only 12, and 13 himself. As he passes through the Carabides, a six-headed dragon on one side of the pass and a six-headed dragon on the other. They grab 6 of Odysseus's men. 6 on one side and 6 on the other. 12 of Odysseus's men swallowed by this dragon. Odysseus sails on alone. And after the Carabides pass, Odysseus must pass through another pass. And there, dear friends, this one, vocal cords. Has a man spoken truthful words with these vocal cords all his life, told lies? Did he make beautiful sounds with these strings? Did he utter curses and insults, prayers, good wishes, curses, and now you? You are a musician. You have a musical instrument that you like. What was that instrument given for? Make the worst noises, the worst curses, the worst curses. Is that what it's for? No, it's not for that. Here, dear friends, Odysseus too. When he passed through this passage, and he himself, he's about to fall into the maelstrom. On the edge of the whirlpool, he clings to a tree root and gets out. Dear friends, when a person opens his third eye, not to lie, not to curse, not to say bad words, he realizes that he must not eat haram to keep his promises, that he has to pay his debt. He realizes he has to pay his debt. When a man opens his third eye, that his soul comes from the 5th dimension, and that his soul lives in this world trapped in our body, that his soul must travel to the 5th dimension to go to the 5th dimension, that you're dying for it. The person who opens his third eye understands the need to make peace with the dead, the deceased. A person who opens his third eye understands the nirvana in Circe's palace. And then what happens? The journey of Odysseus, dear friends, continues in a clip. This is our belly button. Circe, this is Haiti, our heart. This is it. Our throne of faith, the 5th dimension. Carabides gate, haram, halal. And the other passage, the passage of truth, lies, eloquence. And the next passage, we're in a clip. Where's our brain? Inside our skull, in the clamp of our skull. Clamps are called clips. There's a goddess who lives inside the clip, and her name is not Calypso, Calypso. Odysseus comes to Calypso's palace alone. People come here alone. Look, we have one loner. There the goddess welcomed him for 7 years, but 7 years, even being a guest of a goddess bores him. Finally, he wants to get out of there too, but Calypso says, be my guest. It's up to the gods of Olympus. The gods on Olympus have decided, and Calypso has to obey that decision. Well, dear friends, a human being can't get in here, into the skull, into the brain. How can he come out of this clip? Only as hair. Let's see these stops again. Circe 1, Hades 2, Siren Cliffs 3, Carabides 4, where the right words are spoken 5, Skull 6. 6 stops. He had to come to the 7th stop, and the strength, the power, by buying 7 bars of gold in Ismaros. That was his motivation. Dear friends, when a human being comes out of the skull, that person dies. And Odysseus leaves his physical body behind. He dies. Calypso builds him a raft. It's made out of a few planks of wood. So when we die, we're put on a raft. Carried on shoulders, dear friends, coming to the hair. That's when a man dies. This raft is carried by the people of the land of Kayak. The people of the land of Kayak are unbelievably generous. No matter how bad you've done to them, they forgive you. And the Kayaks, they carry his raft. They take it to its destination instantly. And they say that our ships don't need a helmsman. They don't need a captain. Our ships know where to go, and they will take you there in the blink of an eye. Dear friends, the coffin we're put in when we die has no helmsman, no captain. In the blink of an eye, in the blink of an eye. And the people attending the funeral, when asked how they knew the deceased, they say, we knew the deceased well. They say they knew him well. They take the injustice done to them in their stride. When Odysseus went to the land of the Kayaks, they treat him very well. They even give him gifts. The journey to the land of the people of Kayak are the people who go to the ceremony and participate in the ceremony. And in the end, the Kayaks send him home. Ithaca. The island of Ithaca, dear friends, is the home of the soul, the fifth dimension itself. And when the soul goes there, the test. He is subjected. Did he commit evil deeds while on earth? Did he fulfill his mission while on earth? Did he pass through the 12 valleys cleanly? Dying, crawling, feeling bad, trying to be good, good, very good, wonderful, 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 magnificent, miracle, 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 light beyond life. I wonder if he's been through it all. And the poor and the rich, beggary and kingdom, the tribulations and all the gifts. As a matter of divine justice, as a matter of divine justice, if he has done that, he can pass the test. When our souls, dear friends, go to the fifth dimension, they will be tested in the realm of all humanity. Odysseus will be tested in his own home, his palace, from which he has been away for 20 years. And it's his wife Penelope who gives the test. His wife Penelope. Odysseus's bow to the 108 people in the palace who wanted to marry him, who want to marry him in the palace. Come on, put the string on this bow. 808 people want to marry him. Whoever can get the bowstring on, whoever can get through the ordeal on foot, will arrive at Penelope. Penelope is the divine lover here, dear friends. None of the 808 can bend the bow or pass the ordeal. To avoid being recognized, Odysseus, a beggar of 90 or 100, though he is 50 years old, disguised as an old man. And he asked to be entered in the contest. 108 men, noblemen, that's all we are. You can't enter, they scorned him. But Penelope, his wife, the queen who represents the divine lover, let him be a beggar. He has his rights too. Odysseus, disguised as an old beggar, bends the bow with ease, puts on the skein, takes the arrow. 12 axes are lined up with a string, held in a single line by a string. Each of these handles has a public, barely wide enough for an arrow to pass through. Odysseus draws his bow. He shoots the arrow and hits the target in 12 axe holes. And that's not the end of the ordeal. Penelope says to his wife, tell me, you know what else? And on and on. But Penelope comes up with another test. She tells her servants to move my bedroom into the parlor. Odysseus immediately says, Queen, your bedroom can't be moved to the parlor because your bedroom, with an olive tree right in the middle of it. I built our bedroom around that olive tree, an olive tree in the center of our bed. That bed, when he said she couldn't be taken out of there, Penelope decides that her husband must be the one who had described in such detail the bedroom that no one had ever seen. And now they'll make a happy exam